What's going on, guys? This is one of those guitars that I worked on for way longer than I'd like to admit. It was a custom fabric that Kevin Bond found. We tried a couple different things to get it to sit right on this Corinna Warmoth body, and it didn't. So what we ended up having to do was put down a sheet and then the fabric, and it really turned out awesome. We actually did the fabric twice on the top. We did not like the bent over on the arm cutout. It just didn't look right with all that wood. We didn't think it would look proper. I don't know what that means, but we retopped it twice. We did my epoxy pour, and then I sent this over to JGP Custom Guitar Finishing, and he put the coolest color change finish on this that I have ever seen. I just got the guitar strung up last night, got it all set, and it's nice not to have to do a fret job. But this guitar is beautiful. I'm not sure how much of the video I'll actually walk you through, but I wanted to show you my process for this, and it really did turn out to be an outstanding guitar. This color change really looks great. It's sort of a pink, green, blue color change. We originally thought we would do a blue color change, but this one really just came out awesome. It's like a sort of Japanese mix of a bunch of different colors. So let's get into the video and show you how I did it. So first things first, we're actually going to make a template of where the pickups are, where the cavities are, holes, everything, etc. I needed that as a reference point for later. We're going to go ahead and take the finish off and sand this sucker down. Corinna body, and I've got some extra Corinna that I'm going to retop this with. I do that sort of tabletop approach where I pour the epoxy in, and this is the way to go. So this is the Dragon fabric, very light, picks up a ton of dirt, and then I've got a white t-shirt that I'm going to put on the bottom of it as I test to see if this makes sense. The fabric is so light, I'm concerned that everything's going to show through. So I join a top, glue it to the top and the bottom of the body. And this is my area to be safe. So I'm going to put some fabric glue down, put the white fabric down to see if this will actually not see through. And that doesn't work. So I cut out a little square and then I put it down, but you can still see the wood grain in this. So that did not work. So t-shirt and fabric does not work. So we're going to go ahead and use some grain filler, fill the Corinna grain. We're going to sand it down, and then we're going to paint it white. And this should not show the wood grain. So if you want a cool wood grain effect, just put the fabric down. A couple holes we still had to fill, so multiple layers of filler. Corinna Limba is really porous. So get it all set, and we'll apply some paint. This is some Kilns primer paint. Put 2 coats on. Again, we build a bridge with some strips of wood. Get the fabric down. It's been ironed. It's nice and clean. The one thing, this fabric also picks up a lot of dust. Since it's so thin and since it's white, you could see it all. So we poured on. This is actually the back after the test. It looks pretty good. And then we'll redo the front here. Pulled off a little bit of that fabric and that corner, resanded it down and then painted it, and we're good. So we'll rebuild the bridge and then pour another set of epoxy. And then I redid this again because I had to get the arm cut off. I cut it off and it didn't look right, and so we re-poured after reworking this. So once we pour the epoxy, we let that sit for 3 weeks on each side Want to make sure that it sits and looks correct. And then we went ahead and cut this up, rerouted it, got a bearing bit, and I'm cleaning up the edges, routing up the sides, sanding the sides. Way aggressive, 100 grit paper here. Lots of sanding. At least now we're starting to look like a guitar body. Put on my respirator and sand off the body contour curves. Once that epoxy is dry, you can sand it. We then came back with the template and rerouted the pickups, looking for those holes. We step up in drill bit size to get to the actual size of the drill bits. We use some filler on the sides and get this prepped for a finish. Originally, we thought we were going to use a gold and use a gold to match the sides. I didn't like the way that looked at all. And then at that point, we were kind of stuck on what do we do with this. So we get this all sanded to 320. The body's clean and prepped. It's already starting to look pretty cool. But we got to get those sides to look correct. So we re-drill everything out, get the back control cavity clean as well. We then went ahead and put one coat of 2K on as a sealer coat. That's what we're sanding here now. And then I tape off the back and the front and put some white primer down for the gold base that we're going to do. We use the same gold that Gibson uses for the gold tops. We spray the sides and the top. Again, do not like that arm cutout on the top, which is why we retopped it again. Just too much paint. And I tried to feather it here with the airbrush, and it just didn't look right. Tried it with my bigger gun. It spit all over the place. And I came back with the airbrush and really didn't like this. Did not look good. So we re-sanded this down, re-cleaned it up, and got JGP, Custom Guitar Finishing, involved. And man, did he pick the right color. Kevin and I had no idea what to do. And I shipped it to him and said, make this work. And look at that. Classic neon-ish color with the Japanese dragon theme. It's amazing. This guy does unbelievable work. Beautiful, beautiful finish, beautiful polish. And it works out awesome. Beautiful guitar. So go back live in video here and give you a demo. So after I got it assembled, I decided to go with a black and chrome mixed hardware configuration. I thought that looked best. I've got these black control plates that I'll be putting on here, and I think that was sort of the best course of action for the look of this guitar body. Kevin was a Lace Products rep at one point, so that's what's in here. And we've got the switching and everything. A ton of time into this guitar, way more than I'd like to admit. Sometimes if you don't get it right, just keep going. You'll eventually figure it out. So, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next video.